Wow, this show truly is good for the soul. You know, besides the romance, it's only the surface of the actual product. You know, there's so much more you can have. It's very, very relatable for certain individuals. The show is. It shows life problems that a lot of people go through. It shows different perspectives on certain things that I myself find quite intriguing, especially in this episode when it comes to self-loving and understanding how can you love yourself if you don't see anything you can love about yourself in the first place. So we get to see the tiger, Kisa, of the Zodiac family, one of the youngest members actually that you'll see in Fruits Baskets. And she starts off as the very shy type, one that doesn't talk. She closed herself off because of bullying at school. This happens a lot. I've seen it before, especially in middle school, where some kids couldn't fit in, or they just felt like outcasts, so they just kept quiet, or they try to blend in by being someone's punching bag or walking mat, and it's not a good sight. I can tell you that right now. And most times they stay quiet because that's all they know how to do. They keep themselves shut, and it worries people. And worrying about someone you care about can be very exhausting, which was Kisa's mother. Kisa's mom probably did love Kisa very much, but she just didn't know how to handle the situation. But it didn't seem like it was her being part of the Soma family in a way. I guess it was mainly because she was making fun of it because her hair looks. And one of the things you'll be very surprised about in Japan, believe it or not, when it comes to its youth, they're kind of, well, anywhere actually in the world, they're very, how I put this, they're assholes towards people who look different from them. When you go to a place where the majority is the same kind of race and culture, and then you see someone who's completely different, even if it's from race or the way they look, of course they're going to be discriminated towards, like this person's different, or therefore let's make fun of them. But this, once again, goes in two different ways. It can go to bullying, or it can go to someone being extremely popular. Some people who are different from everybody else will, if they have charisma, will take that and they'll shine the brightest in the entire area. Or those who are different and they're not good at socializing, they'll try their best to blend in and not to stand out, because they don't know how to handle the kind of pressure that they're around. Unfortunately, for Kisa's situation is that option. She doesn't know how to handle it. In a way, Yuki started to see himself inside of Kisa. And they bring up some very interesting points, especially the teacher's letter. When I read the letter, well, when they read the letter about a teacher saying that you have to learn to love yourself, self-loving is very important. You can't love others unless you love yourself. And I'm like, you know what? Most of our lives, we are taught that. We gotta learn to love ourselves, to believe in ourselves. How can we go anywhere in life if we don't do that? But then he said something that made a lot of sense, that can be a perspective for other people who are on the other side of the table, you would say. It's not everyone can see it that way. Those who spend their lives being bullied or being talked down to, they see no bright side to themselves. To them, they have extremely low self-esteem. They don't see what's so amazing about themselves at all. And because of that, how can they love themselves? So life lessons can't be good for everybody because not everyone goes through the same kind of situation. And even if they do, people handle it a different kind of way. So for someone like Yuki and Kisa, they don't know how to. They spend their lives not feeling so great about themselves. So because of that, they don't see what's so amazing about who they are. It's hard for them to pick up on that. So they don't know how to love themselves. Some people do need someone in their life because, in the day, they say that mankind is not meant to spend their lives alone. They need human interaction with something or someone in order to, to progress. So I guess for people like Yuki and Kisa, They need someone to say, hey, you're doing great, you're awesome, They need that, in a way. Sense of accomplishment, in a way. And it's true. Not everyone can boost themselves up, learn to love themselves, and be their own motivator. And because it can be hard. Not everyone is made like a diamond. Some people are made soft as sand or different shapes and sizes of minerals, in a way. So not everyone can handle that kind of pressure. Mostly depend on your personality and your upbringing, as I said before. Someone with an upbringing where they were made to be charismatic, they have the confidence and the talent and skills, of course they will be very self-confident in themselves. They will feel like they can do about anything. So they will have no problems with loving themselves. Then there are those who don't have that. They don't see themselves doing much. They see themselves as average or below. And with that being said, they're like, well, what's so great about me, They can feel like they're lying to themselves, saying, well, maybe I'm not such a bad person after all. But deep down, they're like, who am I kidding? I'm lying to myself. I'm terrible. I'm not good at anything. And now, thanks to this episode, I'm starting to see that, Not every bit of advice works for everybody because we're all different, We all handle and see things in different ways. And because of that, it makes life a lot more complicated, but yet interesting at the same time. Because if everyone can handle something the same way, life will be boring. What will be the point? And with that being said, it's understandable how some people, even though I saw nothing shameful about the letter, it's just that the teacher didn't understand those kind of people. And that was one of the things people were talking about with the school system, where how one teacher teaching everyone, a bunch of kids, something is flawless. Well, it's flawful, because a teacher can't understand every child. They can't help every child in their own class. It's nearly impossible. Then that's again why we have substitute teachers. But even then, that could lead into something else. So here you go with that. But at the end of the day, you gotta learn to take that chance to change for yourself or for someone else. And I guess seeing how Toru was, she decided to change. So as Yuki, because Yuki was offered becoming president, and just like his brother was, but he turned it down because he didn't see himself as that kind of person. But he had to change, break the mold. He can't stay the same way forever. He has to take the chance, the first step. Even though he don't have the confidence, he's still willing to take the chance. So at least he has the courage. There's a difference between courage and confidence, after all. Confidence, you win there, you feel like you already won. The courage is you don't know what's going to happen. You could be scared, but you're going to take that chance anyways, whether you sink or swim. So that's what courage is, It don't mean you're going to win. It just means you have the guts to do it, which itself is very commendable, and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, most people admire people with courage than they do with confidence, because people can only handle cocky people for so long before they're like, oh, okay, here he goes again, blabbing off about themselves. Yay. Then compare to someone else who is, wow, I kind of get this guy, Most people can relate to the person who's gaining up the courage to do something because they themselves feel that way, Not everyone feels like they're an A-lister, They feel like they can be a C-lister sometimes, and like, this person feels the same way I do. I want to cheer them on, which we call the underdog in the situation. And most of the times, people like to cheer for the underdog. They're the most relatable person in the entire society, Very relatable. And that's what I got for this episode. Very nice, very calm, very simple. Not much explosions or revelations, just a new character was shown, and we see a different side of perspective that I would never really thought about until today, which is good. They don't make them like they used to, is what I'm saying. Fruits Basket is a very old manga. And seeing how, looking at the anime of today, you don't get that many kind of life lessons in it. Heck, even the romances themselves are kind of, it's cliched. And Fruits Basket can have some cliches in it too, but at least it brings in that moral aspect that you can come and relate to in life. Well, that and Made It to the Seventh Seasons can also tell girls how it feels like through entering the world of puberty and adulthood. There's that too. So I can't block all modern anime today, but hey, what can I say? Every not every diamond in the rough, every one's piece of treasure within the trash. I know where I'm going with this. So I'm going to end this before saying something else stupid. So anyways, if you enjoyed the video, enjoy Fruits Baskets, you enjoy my content, well, help out by like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon so you're notified every time I upload. Madcrownxox, signing out.